Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about keeping your home cool just in case your AC goes out, your main AC. Now if your main AC goes out, air conditioning unit, then obviously sooner or later you either get it repaired or completely replaced. So if you have a window unit available, one you can borrow, one you can buy, put the window unit in as soon as you possibly can to cut down on the heat. In the interim, go ahead and get your fans out, place them strategically around your home so you can move some air. But the best thing would be to get a window unit or several window units and put them in and hook them up. Now this is if you still have power. Another thing that you can do is don't open doors if you don't have to. Don't go in and out the doors, inside, outside. Just leave them closed. Drink lots of cold water. Keep the windows covered. If you have blackout shades, maybe you have solar screens on the outside, which is great of your windows. You have blackout shades, pull the curtains, pull those blackout shades. Keep as much sunlight out of your home as possible so it won't heat up. Even with the window units, you want to make sure that that west sun or south sun or whatever sun might be coming in those windows is blocked. Keep the windows covered. Insulate your doors. If you don't have insulation around the doors or there's a leak, as soon as possible, go ahead and fix that. Change that little weather stripping around your doors and windows. Again, use fans. Turn your ceiling fan counterclockwise. It helps with the circulation of the air. Also, manage the humidity if possible. My suggestion from recent experience is do not buy a dehumidifier for your home. This is the reason why. I bought a dehumidifier thinking I'll take the humidity out of the air and it'll cool the house down while the fans are running and things of that nature. Well, I plugged it in, it started to blow cool air, and I thought, okay, well this is going to work. And it had a little tray where the water was going to go for the humidity. It did take the humidity out of the air. It only ran like 5 minutes, and I was checking it. I was sitting right by it. Well, what happened was the air coming out of the dehumidifier was hot, started to get hot. And I thought, oh, no. And I turned it off right away, unplugged it. I had read through the manual on how to install it, how to use it, everything else. Well, in the very fine print at the bottom of one of the back pages, it stated the dehumidifier can increase the temperature in the room by 6 degrees. Why would I even want to have an increase of 6 degrees when it was already 75 degrees in here? No. I unplugged that and packed it back up, and it went back to the store. 6 degrees? That would just be crazy. You'd be heating up your house running the thing. At first, I thought I was doing something incorrectly, so I tried it again and sat by it. And when that hot air started coming out, I turned it off, and like I said, I gave it 2 tries, and that's all I want, all the tries it got. If you are in a place where at night it gets cool, if you can open your windows and put the window in, the fan in the window and pull the outside air in or pull the inside air out, or both. That way you're circulating hopefully cooler air. Do not use the oven, the stove, the toaster oven, the toaster, anything that would generate heat. Do not use. Now, another thing that generates heat, and you may not realize it, if you have a drying feature on your dishwasher, it generates heat. And it'll also pull the humidity or the water off the dishes, and it creates like a little steam coming out. So you don't want to do that at all. That's more heat in your house. If you have open windows, and let's say you don't have curtains and you don't have blinds, you can do this. This is the way they used to do it a long time ago. Take some very thin cotton sheets, wet them, wring them out, and you can hang them on a rod in front of the window if there's wind blowing. When the wind blows through, it'll cool the air a little bit. Now, I'm not saying it's an air conditioner, but it'll cool the air just a little bit. If you have solar screens, those are wonderful. If you have film on the inside of your windows, it'll block some of that light and some of the heat. You can install awnings, but that's a long-term project. It will shade your windows. They're pricey. They're expensive to have put up unless you know how to do this yourself. Also, get rid of heat-producing lights. I have quite a few lights in different bathrooms, and they just produce a lot of heat, which is great in the winter, but in the summer, especially if you don't have AC, or it's not good. It's very hot. Try to use daylight as much as possible, just a little bit of daylight, and not turn on lights in the house. I'm not saying live in a cave, but try to reduce the amount of lights that you turn on. Another thing is, if you have your dryer inside your home, let's say in a laundry room, don't run the dryer. I know it's in a separate room. You can wash your clothes. You can have a freestanding dryer, clothes dryer, and put it outside in the heat, and it shouldn't take very long if your clothes are dry. Another thing is, wear very light cotton clothing, very thin if you can. That way you won't be wearing a lot of heavy clothing that'll make you hotter than you already are. Try not to work outside because you're going to come into a warm house. Try to do as little as possible inside the home if it continues to get hot. Take cool showers, not cold, not hot, not warm, cool. That way you will cool down your body. It'll be refreshing. You can soak in a cool bath if you'd like to do that. Another thing that I found is when you're taking a shower, wet your hair. You can wash your hair, but wet your hair, wring it out, and then you can comb it and leave it wet. Don't use a dryer. That's just more heat in your house. Don't use a dryer. And if you sit in front of a fan, now this is my suggestion, and this is what I did last week. If you sit in front of a fan and rest, it will help. It's not going to solve the problem of not having air conditioning, but it will help. Again, you have to make your own judgment of all these things. You have to consider health issues. You have to consider a lot of things for yourself. I am not a health professional, and this is definitely not health advice. So make sure and talk with your health professional, your doctor, and ask them what you should do, especially if you have health concerns that you need to have taken care of. And last but not least, if you need to leave your home for safety because it's too hot in there, please do. If you have somewhere to go, leave your home, take your family with you. If you have indoor pets, take them with you, or take them to the boarding center if you can. Anything you can do to make sure that you and your family and pets do not get overheated and suffer any kind of heat-related illness. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. This is the second of 2 videos that I'm putting out today about heat-related issues. Since the temperatures have climbed so fast, I don't even think we had a spring. We went from winter, we had spring for a couple of weeks, and now it's the dead of summer, and it's just hot. There are rumors of rolling brownouts, could be blackouts, we don't know. So make a list with your family of things that you can do to stay cool, and if you need to leave your home, have maybe a bug out bag or have an overnight bag already packed and ready to go, so you don't have to waste any time inside a hot house trying to get out and away from the heat. I appreciate you stopping by. In the comments below, if you can tell me what you do in the situation of extreme heat, if you don't have AC, just leave a comment what you do for the other viewers also. They may be in that situation and you could help them out. If you enjoyed this video and learned something from the content, please do give me a thumbs up, and I definitely will see you real soon. Thank you so much.